So this morning, I wake up and on my social media, I am reading something that is really concerning. But before we talk about that, can we just do a little bit of housekeeping? So this morning I wake up and on my social media, I am reading this. The devastating impact of the senseless Omicron travel bans on South African film and stills and commercial production sector. 122 confirmed projects cancelled at a combined value of 420 million rand. And 162 projects under quote lost at a combined value of 620 million rand. That is a combined total of just over R1 billion. Now that is a very scary number. Okay, maybe let me illustrate how devastating this actually is for one, the South African film industry, and two, the South African economy. For the most part, around September all the way through to maybe around March is summer in South Africa. And this is where a lot of the film work and modeling work and all the kind of creative industries are flourishing and working. And this is what we refer to in Cape Town as it being season, because this is the space in the year where the vast majority of film work in particular is taking place. Now, like with a number of cities around the world, winter is not necessarily the best time to film, particularly because your outdoor locations become problematic in that kind of way, unless that's something specifically that you're wanting to, I guess, put into your films, commercials, etc. Part of the reason why South Africa, and in particular Cape Town, is such a prime destination for film work, for creative work, for photography in general, is because it is aesthetically beautiful. I mean, like, we've got the ocean, we've got the city, we've got mountains, we've got hills, rolling valleys, we've got farmland, we've got greenery, we've got beautiful gardens. We have these beautiful views, these cityscapes that is extraordinary here. You can't beat Cape Town's value in terms of like production aesthetics. Like, it's amazing. And added on top of that, our technical crew here are incredible, along with our models, along with our creative teams, along with our actors. And so the combination of all of these results in so many film productions, ad campaigns, commercials, coming down to South Africa, coming down to Cape Town specifically, to shoot a lot of their things here. And so the best time to film is during season. And so these production companies plan around those time frames, get all their pre-production things in order so that when they come down to Cape Town or come down to South Africa, they are able to shoot in that window so that their production looks amazing. And now you have certain governments making decisions about travel bans, which just totally disrupts that flow and causes a devastating effect to the South African film and tourism economy. Look, we're not going to go down the avenue of saying, South Africa was the first country to kind of make Omicron known and kind of shared those findings with everybody because of our amazing facilities and skills here. And so many countries had this knee-jerk reaction, and which is effectively rooted in very deep oppression and very deep racism. And yeah, we're not going to go into that. But the consequences of decisions like that really do impact whole industries. And without necessarily talking about it too, I guess, conceptually or abstractly, these decisions impact people's livelihoods. Last year, when South Africa was in hard lockdown, the artists suffered so badly. In addition to our effectively creative industries all shutting down and nobody being able to work, there were emergency relief funds that were being made available to artists. But even in that process, the funds were mismanaged. We shot a whole kind of documentary about that on this channel. What I will do is at the end of this video, I will put a link in the end card so you can click that video and have a watch. In a nutshell, what is happening now is almost a repeat of what we had last year, where our artists, where our creatives, where our technical crew are now not able to work for the second year in a row. I mean, so many creatives have been looking forward to season so that they can actually earn a decent, living wage over the festive season, over the summer period, and to be met with these travel bans that directly impact their work is incredibly sad. I mean, just yesterday I was talking to Leela from YouTube around how brands are sometimes, I guess, hesitant to pay creators appropriately for their work. I mean, what we're talking about here in terms of the work of creatives are the levels of skill and expertise that go into creating a body of work or a piece of content. When you take a platform like YouTube, what we're talking about is pre-production planning here. We're talking about concept development. We're talking about project management. We're talking about DPing, so being your own cameraman. We're talking about directing your own kind of work, scripting, post-production, editing skills, sound. And so all of these things go into creating just one little video. And the only thing that brands, I guess, see on their end is the final product. And quite often that translates into how many views can you get on a particular video. And that is such a narrow way to measure impact. So how do you measure something that inspires you, that teaches you, that changes you forever after watching that thing, or listening to that thing, or reading that thing? I don't think we give our creatives and our creative industries the credit and the value that is due. And that's very sad. So yeah, this is a difficult time for South African creators. I hope these things get resolved really, really quickly, and our industry can kind of pick up and so people can earn a decent wage, because we all deserve that, to be honest. Cool, thanks for sticking around. I will put a link at the end screen of this video for you to go and watch that little documentary that we shot around the mismanagement of funds for artists during lockdown last year, so go ahead and check that out. Also, if you have been enjoying this content, please remember to hit that subscribe button. I would really, really appreciate that, and I'll see all of you in the next one. Ciao.